nice to see a lot of women entrepreneurs here today. So today I'm gonna share with you how to build a business on a budget. But before that, I'd like to introduce myself further. Oh, where do I point? There. So this is my family. So I'm not so different from most of you here. I'm a mompreneur. I'm a mom, actually. These are my kids. I'm the CEO of Taxumo. So Taxumo is a software as a service. And what we do is we automated the preparation, filing, and payment of taxes in the Philippines. So such an interesting topic. No? So we built that in 2016. But before that, I started an events management company called Manila Workshops. And from there, I actually saw the pain point of how it is to pay taxes. That's why we built Taxumo. I've also been a content creator since 2008, no? Nung panahon pa na nagbablog yung mga tao, and then we shifted to vlogging. And still now, I still create content on business, entrepreneurship, and mommyhood. And I'm also the co-founder of Lean In Manila Network. So what we do is we create mastermind sessions for women entrepreneurs so that we can share each other's journey and support one another. I'm also co-founder of Sigasig.com. So Sigasig, it's a sportswear company naman where we create rash guards, jerseys, etc. And I also assist, no? So this I do in my free time. So I assist in jiu-jitsu kids classes. So I also compete in local competitions. So as you can see, my journey is not really different from most of you here know. I started as an employee also in big corporations. I was an account executive way back. No, I'm in my 40s now, but what I can say is that I've enjoyed my entrepreneurship journey and I'm still enjoying it and I'm still learning a lot. So it's so interesting to hear my friend RJ Ledesma kanina na parang this presentation will build on what he mentioned, no? A lot of points that he mentioned a while ago. Okay, so who has ever thought of this? Now, I have a great idea, but I don't have the money to start. Sino nakaka-feel nito? Okay, so I've been mentoring a lot of tech startups. Now, mostly talaga tech startups kasi that's a space where I basically am, no? And madalas na nang sabihin na, oh, okay, I have this idea, it's so great, but wala akong pera. Or some of them would say, I've already started the business with my savings. Kasi normally nagsa-start, diba, with our savings. And then it's already 3 months, 6 months, I'm losing cash. So what do I do about it? Okay, so today, I'm gonna build on this concept. It's called bootstrapping. Who has heard about bootstrapping? Okay, at least some of you are familiar now. Okay, when you tie a boot, saan kayo nagsisimula? Di ba nagsisimula kayo magtali sa the lowest part of the boot, right? So you tie it, and then it tightens up, you tighten it up, you go to the next level, you tighten it up, hanggang sa you've already tied up the entire boot, right? So that's what bootstrapping is. In business, bootstrapping is basically a way to maximize your funds at a certain level without help from outside investors. So you use your own personal savings, personal finances, and operating revenues of the company. So that's what bootstrapping is. Funny because before we go to this, when we started Taxumo way back in 2016, we always thought that as a tech startup, the first thing that you needed to do was raise funds. Look for investors, build capital, no? And basically, yeah, have VCs on board. So we started pitching and all. But looking back, this was one thing na parang I wish that we could have started really just bootstrapping, no? And then later on, as you grow, that's when you now get VCs and outside investment. So today we'll be going through some bootstrapping rules, which I personally have experienced, and also I've seen this sa mga entrepreneur friends ko, and also the people that I've mentored, no? So we'll go through it one by one, take pictures of it. By the way, I usually, for talks like this, I really create my deck from scratch, no? It's really like a compilation of the things that I've learned, the things that I've learned from others, no? So feel free to take photos, it's fine. Okay, first is one thing that I've learned is get operational quickly. Bilisan nyo. Dapat operating kaagad yung business ninyo. Many aspiring entrepreneurs delay starting because they're waiting to be ready. So ako, as a jiu-jitsu practitioner, I would ask people, gusto nyo ba mag-jiu-jitsu? Gusto nyo ba mag-try? Pero ang sagot lagi sa akin, wait lang, kailangan ko muna magpapayat. Or, teka, hindi pa ako fit enough para mag-grapple, mag-martial arts or mag-grappling. So it's also the same way in business. You'll come across people na ang ganda-ganda ng idea. Tapos ikaw na yung, oh my gosh, you should start that. It's such a great idea. But ang sagot nila lagi is that, I'm not yet ready. I don't know, like where to start, where to begin. What I've learned is that starting actually gives you momentum. Yan. So it leads to learning. Kasi, like what RJ said kanina, you learn by doing things. You learn by implementing things. And ganun ang negosyo eh. You can have a business plan. You can have the perfect business plan. Write all the scenarios that naisip mo, no? Na parang I'll probably be challenged by this problem. I'll go through this experience. But you can never know 100% what you will go through as a business owner. So it's better to start and learn from those experiences. So real world experience beats endless planning every time. Next point, work with what's working. Maganda that you have unique ideas. It's good that you have unique ideas and probably you learn to have that secret sauce later on. But for me, if you see that you can already start with something, even if it's already existing in the market, start it. Don't try to reinvent the wheel first. Just start with that specific ideas. The pros of starting right away, even if it's already existing, is that there is also research already available. You know kung ano na yung pinagdaanan ng the one in front of you, diba? May mga businesses na katulad mo. So, you can learn from their mistakes. And then that secret sauce, you can adapt it. No? You can look for insights now that will make you unique. Probably it's a market. Probably it's the process of conducting things or implementing things. Case in point, Grab. Uber was already existing before Grab came into the picture, diba? But what did Grab do? They launched in Southeast Asia. And why? And how did they sort of penetrate the market, diba? They saw that in Southeast Asia, we would use cash to pay. Uber didn't have cash that time. So among Asians, normally, we pay cash. Another thing, motorcycle taxis are a big thing in Southeast Asia again, which Uber didn't think of before. Another thing, our traffic system is very complex, diba? So they had to partner with like maps, diba? Or Waze, no? So, these are things that would make you unique later on. But if you already have something in mind, start already. So this reduces competition, startup costs, and guesswork. Third point, opportunities emerge once you're in business. I'll give you an example. Who among you know what Instagram was before it was Instagram? Alam niyo ba kung ano Instagram before? So, okay. Instagram was an app called Bourbon. So, familiar ba kayo sa Foursquare? Yes, Foursquare is a check-in app. So, Bourbon was also a check-in app. But ang na-realize ni Instagram now, or ni Bourbon that time, was that people enjoyed sharing photos of different places. No? So that's what they capitalized on. That's what they focused on. Therefore, they're now the Instagram that we know. So dun sila nag-succeed because they saw something, even if they were sort of like a copycat of Foursquare, but they saw something and they latched on it and grew the business. So always lang, important lang when you get into business, you should stay adaptable and be open to pivoting. Pivoting means, hindi ito yung idea ko now, and I can do this idea na lang later on. Like parang pivot, no? You pivot to another idea. Okay, next. Okay. So for every Sorry, let's go back. For every point, take a picture of this so that you can also do some reflecting later on. So, key action. What's one thing that you can do today to operationalize your business? I've noticed, no, like for example, ako, when I mentor other startups, if I give them something to think of and something to work on, it benefits them. So, we'll go through some key actions after each point. Next point, look for quick break-even cash-generating projects. As mentioned by RJ a while ago, being agile is one of the key things that we have that as SMEs, no, that big companies don't have. So you have to experiment, move quickly, test. Alam niyo ba yung scientific method? Sino nakakatanda ng science class nila? Scientific method. Okay, so this is something that we do in our startup. Regardless of what department or what they're doing, no, we always experiment. So the scientific method is basically observing what's out there, and then you create a hypothesis, and then once na meron kang a hypothesis, you test it out. And then you test it out. If it passes, you continue doing it. And if it fails, you stop doing it. So that particular process, please do it. Please do experiment on different things in different departments or different aspects of your business. Okay, next is quick wins buy you time. Ito, contrary to what other people say na you should always focus on the business at the onset, no, early on. Yes, that is true. But if you see cash revenue generating projects, grab it. Okay, like for example, kami sa Taxumo, when we started, people were asking us, can you create webinars? Can you do talks? Can you explain how taxation is in the Philippines? And we're willing to pay you. So we grab that opportunity, even if it's a bit far from creating a software, diba? Kasi our Taxumo is really a software, and medyo malayo yun, diba? When you think about it, like mentoring other people about taxes, and gagawin ko naman is an app. No? So it's okay, but if it brings in cash, keeps the business alive, and gives you breathing room to build your main vision, grab it. But obviously, caveat, dapat, the mission pa rin of the company is what you think of in the end. No? So you know deep in your heart that you're just doing this to earn cash, to earn revenue, but later on, obviously, you'll still have to focus or go back to your main mission, right? Okay, next. Credibility grows with revenue. Ang napansin ko rin, once you start earning revenue, no matter how big or small it is, it builds the confidence of the people around you. So that's when we first generated revenue from our first 44 customers, natatandaan ko pa talaga, 44 customers, partners were reaching out to us. No? Potential partners were reaching out to us to partner with Taxumo. So early on, we had partners like Grab. Until now, Lazada is a partner. So you'll have that. No? You'll have that confidence na parang, oh, I'm doing something right. No? I'm doing something. And it's not just you. Your team also will feel it. Na parang, pag kumikita na tayo, I guess we're doing something right. I guess we should already continue this. No? Panindigan na natin to. Okay, next. So the key action for this point is what small income-generating offer can I launch this week, even if it's not my big idea, that can start bringing in cash and build momentum. Okay, let's go to the third point. Offer high-value products or services that can sustain direct personal selling. One thing that I've noticed when I mentor also other startups, they tell me a lot of processes na, this is how I'm optimizing my process. I have EDMs, I have CRMs, I have so many things when I start. But wala pa silang clients. Diba? So the first thing that you should do is to validate first if people are willing to pay for your service. Yun muna yung gawin nyo. And the reason why I placed here direct personal selling, when we started Taxumo, We are four co-founders. Kami mismo ang pumupunta sa tao and nag-explain ng product namin. Are you willing to pay for a service like this? So it was very direct and it's very personal. The thing about it, no, if ikaw mismo, ikaw may-ari, and you go to a person, it builds that trust. And early on, if you're starting a business and you're new to an industry, people don't trust you. Kasi sino ka ba? 'Di ba? Who are you presenting me this thing? I don't know anything about you, your background, what your mission is, what you want to do. But you'll notice na as you explain, nabubuhayan yung customer because they can feel the passion for it. They can feel that you're really there to bring value to them. So start with that first. Also, another thing I forgot to mention. When you start selling, di ba usually it would be what? Family, friends, di ba? Sila yung una nating customers. The tendency, I guess, it's a culture thing also, no? Na we sell it at a lower price. Kasi nahihiya pa tayo, di ba? Normally, bibigay ko na lang sa'yo at 50 off. Kasi kakasimula pa lang namin eh. Nahihiya ako, baka hindi to fit sa'yo or whatever. No? Or, I don't know what the reason is behind it. But always remember that if you're selling it at a lower price than its value, you have to have scale. Di ba? Mas maraming benta dapat pag you're selling it at a low value. So, what you should do is think na you're validating nga if people are willing to pay at the price that you set. So, don't give discounts first. You have to sell it at the value that you believe your product or your service is worth. Okay? So, yan. That's one lesson that we've also learned. No? So, key action. What's one thing you're currently over-optimizing that you haven't even validated yet? Next point. Oh, sorry. Next slide there. Forget about the crack team. When we start a business, I'm sure like mga business owners would say like, oh my gosh, gusto ko ng perfect team. I want the best people. I want the most skilled people. I want those na parang papabayaan ko lang, okay na yung buhay ko, di ba? Okay na yung business kasi pwede ko nang pabayaan. But the reality is, wala pong tayong pera at the onset. No? Early on, wala tayong pera to pay for a team like that. So what's important is you look for diamonds in the rough. So what does that mean? Look for people who are aligned with your intention, with your mission. So very important, nung early on, we would have a core values interview. So what does that mean? We would tell them, hi, I'm Ginger. I'm the CEO. I was the CEO of Taxumo, ganyan, that time. And then, this is what our mission is about. This is what we want to do. We want to help people file and pay their taxes. No? We want na gusto namin na hindi na tedious yung process. They won't think about taxes, accounting, because everything is automated. So, if a person succumbs to that or really believes in your cause, get that person. If makita mo rin yung attitude that you want for the company is there, kasi these are your first few people. They determine the culture of your company. Diba? So if you want that person, get that person. And normally, mga person na to are okay with being generalists. Hindi sila mapili na, teka, sinabi mo sales lang ako. Because there's a higher purpose. They're there because they want to help you in your mission. So yon. So, our head of engineering, I have some team members here. Our head of engineering, he didn't apply. Alam niyo ba? He didn't apply sa company namin. We were at the time, we wanted a head of engineering. What I did was I stalked people sa LinkedIn. So nag-stalk ako, sabi ko, saan ba dito yung mga okay na mga engineers? And then I set up a meeting with that person. And then, now, he's our head of engineering. So, ganon. Don't look for them. Malay mo, dito, you can, while you network, you'll see people na palang fit sa company ninyo, no? Okay, so, who in your current circle might have the perfect resume, but has the heart and hustle to build something with you? So something to think of. Next is keep growth in check. In the startup world, you'll see VCs always telling us, lalo na pag tech, you have to grow exponentially. You have to build a branch in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, Vietnam, whatever. So they're always pressuring us to grow at a scale, no, like at an exponential scale, no, or exponentially. But what you have to realize is that growth comes with complexity. I'm sure nakakarinig kayo ng mga startups who fail because hindi sila makaka-keep up ng growth when they were trying to expand. So always remember that every new hire, every client, every feature that you add to your products or services adds operational pressure. And be sure that you're ready to expand and not na you're just pressured by outside or external forces, no? So you have to be in that frame of mind now. Okay, I think my company is ready to grow. So controlled growth helps you fix problems early before they explode. Key action, what are you growing right now that might actually be moving too fast for your current capacity? One thing that I've learned also is that when you start, keep it simple. For example, us, when we started Taxumo, sabi namin, we want a full-blown accounting software. Gusto namin gumawa. It can do everything. But then we realized, a wise mentor, may his soul rest in peace, Joji Azurin, he said, what is the deepest pain that the Filipino businessman undergoes or feels when they're doing their accounting, when they're doing their taxes? And it was really taxes. Masakit eh. Parang until now, no, we get inquiries na masama na yung timpla nila. Hindi pa kami kinakausap. Parang, ayoko talaga magbayad ng tax. Ano ba to? Paki-explain. Diba? Ganon. So, that's how emotional we feel. So that's what we began with, helping people with the taxes. Next, focus on cash. On profits, not on profits, market share, or anything else yet. I don't know if you know the concept of the North Star. Anyone know the concept of the North Star? Okay, in the tech atmosphere, we have this thing called the North Star. It is that one metric that you have to measure at any given point in time. No? And for me, for like when you're just starting, I think that one metric should be revenues, cash inflow. Don't complicate things, no? Don't be overwhelmed by tracking metrics, ilang customers, anong market share, anong CAC, all of these things. When you're starting, focus on money coming in. And I'd like to share with you yung cash conversion cycle. Normally, what is a positive cash conversion cycle? A positive cash conversion cycle is basically creating a product. So when you create a product or a service, you spend, right? You spend for raw materials, you spend for it to be developed, to be created, and then you look for demand. You look for people who will buy the product and service. So that's called a positive cash conversion cycle. When you're beginning, when you're starting out the business, you must aim for a negative cash conversion cycle. So what does that mean? Nasa yun na yung pera, money is with you, and then you create the products and service, and then sell. If possible, no? If you can do that. So for example, how can you do that for, let's say, events, no? In my experience, what I did was I put out a poster, asked people to sign up for an event, and then they paid. And then, if we reach a certain limit, we push through with the event. If not, we cancel the event. So nakita nyo, the money is with me, and then pinaikot ko after. How can you do that for tech? Let's say subscription plans. If you have longer plans, 2-year plans, 3-year plans, meron bang ganun? 3-year plans, 2-year plans, you already have the money with you. before you actually deliver the service. So sometimes it's just a matter of looking at your processes now and seeing how can I have a negative cash conversion cycle. Okay? So key action, are you looking at your bank account or assuming that you're doing well? Or are you really tracking what's available versus what's committed? Next, and this is my last point, no? Early on, always cultivate bank relationships. Why? According to a global entrepreneurship monitor, 67% of small businesses fail before they reach 3 years. Why? Because they don't know how to manage cash and they didn't have access to credit. Okay, so very on, even if alam nyo deep in your heart, hindi ako uutang, always be ready for that scenario, no? So, in consumer banking, I used to be a banker. I was a banker for 7 years. I was part of consumer banking for few months, hindi man couple, few months. And they have this 3 C's of credit. What do banks look for if uutang ka? Okay? Number 1, it's collateral. Collateral. Obviously, if you have collateral, easy. We'll loan you the money because you have a car, you have a house, you have property, etc. Next, capacity to pay. If you don't have collateral, I will go through your AFS, your financial statements, your financial history, see if you have the capacity to pay. Kasi example, case in point, if you have contracts, kunwari magbabayad sila at the end of the year, may kontrata kayo, you don't have the cash now, but you need the money, okay yun, check yun sa bank. Third, and most important related to this, character. So the banks look at, are you worthy enough to be loaned the money? Because they see that you're willing to pay, you are a very upright individual, hindi nyo tatakbuhan ang bangko or you won't default on your loan, then they will lend you the money. So very important na early on, build that relationship with your bank. No? Be best friends with them. And of course, good financial hygiene. Alam nyo that eventually you'll come to a point that you'll need a loan. Compliance is key. Fix your documents, fix your finances, no? Clean books, show that you are loan worthy. Okay, so this is a key action. If you needed a business loan tomorrow, is there anyone at your bank who knows your name and trusts you enough to fight for approval? Also, are your financial records up to date? So there. So that's it. Very practical tips, no, based on my experience. If you want to contact me, just reach out on Instagram. It's at Ginger Arboleda. And please check out Taxumo for your taxes, tax filing. It's www.taxumo.com. My team is also here. We have a booth. Thank you.